Denise is giving her second speech. And Denise's speech today is, everybody's so friendly. So I'd like to introduce Denise.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Finding out you're going to be making a move, and then finding out that somebody's going to put the bill for that move makes it a little more attractive. Understand? A little bit more powerful. I knew it would. It did for me. That's the boat that I happen to be in. New York meetings. I was making a move from Columbia to Charlotte, and it was going to be at the expense of my employer at the time, who was going to be for the bill. And I was going to be hopping in my Toyota that was going to be filled to the gills. I was going to be burning it up 77, driving towards my new life, where I was going to be moving into a dump. Really kind of dilapidated dump, but that was what I was looking forward to. I was really excited about it. I was moving into a tiny one-bedroom home that had radiator heat, it had 6 exterior doors, and it had a balcony that opened up to a pretty heavily wooded area. The oven didn't really work, but the burners worked. The freezer didn't really work, but the refrigerator worked. Get the beer cold. The air conditioning, well, there wasn't any, but when I bought the little window unit, it did a great job cooling the place until it started blowing fuses like every 2 hours. I had clandestine roommates that I didn't realize were there, but I kept seeing little black trails of peppercorns, little black peppercorns in the kitchen wall. I didn't have any clue what these things were. I'd never seen anything like this before. All I knew was there were these black peppercorns I kept appearing, and I kept sweeping them up and tossing them. And when you lay in bed at night and everything was really quiet, you could hear the plaster in the walls moving around. Those were the roommates. Well, now I've moved into the place, so I figured out how is that going to furnish this place. I had a friend of mine that offered to loan me a 3-legged couch. I had to come up with the 4th leg somewhere. I didn't know where I was going to get this, especially in the predicament that I happened to be in. So I dug up a cinder block, I shoved it up underneath the couch, I had a living room couch. Check. Now I needed to get a dining room table and chairs. I needed it to be just the right dining room table and chairs for this particular little area. Had these 2 big glass windows, big picture windows with a great view. I found the perfect dining room table and chairs, and I nestled into that space, and they looked just right. Until I saw it raining in my dining room, and it was pouring on my brand new dining room table and chairs. It was another hidden treasure of that little gem of an apartment that I had gotten. So we had dining room table and chairs checked. I brought my bed with me. The twin bed was perfect size because nothing else was going to fit in that tiny little space that was called a bedroom, that was really the size of a really small closet, and you had to walk sideways in there to get just to the bathroom. How small the bedroom was.
Yep.
And the wheels on the bed made all that little hardwoods too. So I know you guys are probably sitting there thinking, what is she thinking? What was it that attracted her to that dump of a place? Well, I'll tell you, for me, It had charm. It had, and it was cheap. It had great personality.
Mm-hmm.
It had lots of possibilities. And I was young enough to accept, appreciate, and endure all of these little hidden treasures that this apartment held. And the best part was it was all mine. I was on my own for the very first time, and I wanted to make it mine. I was gonna make it. And I am drawing the biggest blank at this very moment. I cannot remember the rest of my speech. But I see that I have reached the 5-minute mark. That's somewhat of a relief. Oh.
Okay.
Anyway, I mentioned the 6 exterior doors. This is the one thing that I've never understood.
Okay.
Before then, since then, to this day, I have no idea what they were for. There was a tiny little trap door that was underneath the kitchen sink that opened out into the hallway. This was the main hallway of the apartment building. Then I had a full-size door also in the kitchen that opened out into the hallway. In my living room, I had a full-size door. It was also my front door that opened out into the hallway. In my bedroom, I had a full-size door that opened out into the hallway. I had some French doors that were also in my bedroom that opened out into the hallway. And also in my bedroom, I had a back door that opened up onto my balcony, which I loved. I spent a lot of time out there on my balcony. I used to go out there after work with a glass of wine and sit out there and enjoy the peace and the quiet and the privacy that that wooded area offered. Well, I was out there sipping a glass of wine one evening, and I looked over and I saw this fellow sitting over there on the back steps beside my railing. And we got to talking, and we yucked it up for about an hour, I guess. We talked about everything under the sun, and I was thinking to myself, this guy is so friendly in the big city. Here I am in the big city, and he's out here talking to me so friendly. What I didn't know was he was an escaped inmate who the police were seeking, and he was hiding out on the back steps of my apartment building. So that was my experience. It was a place that was very near and dear to my heart. And I had 7 credit cards in my back pocket. I was living the dream. I was having a great time, and I couldn't wait until the next year rolled around to see what other surprises were in store.